Physically, you know, you do things on the field to get better. In the off season, you play catch with the cues and stuff like that. So it was more mentally for me.
So you can, good advice for youngsters coming up that, your mental maturity is just as, if not even more important than keeping yourself.
Exactly. Mentally probably is definitely more important because if you're not strong mentally, then none of your physicals even matter.
Like, was your passion the same now as it was when you were playing just, in high school ball?
Yeah, my passion has always been the same. I always wanted to win. I always wanted to strive for perfection every day, every practice. I always stayed on my guys, especially in high school. I stayed on my guys every day. That's part of the reason why my senior year we went undefeated and won the state championship.
How was that? Would you say that was one of your favorite moments?
Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite moments. Being that, and we played the state championship in our hometown, right in Patterson, so it was definitely a surreal feeling.
That's awesome.
Would you say throughout your career you had one coach that's had a specific impact on you, and what advice did that coach give that was so impactful?
Yeah, it was actually my high school coach. My high school head coach, Coach Benji Wimberly, and his advice was just keep your head in the books and everything will take care of itself. As long as you keep your head mentally, as long as you keep your head on straight, you got the physical ability. Everything else will just pan out and take care of itself. And to this day, I call him at least once or twice a week just to talk, not even football, just to talk about life in general. And he's definitely a good mentor, and like a father figure to me.
And what was sort of like the recruiting process like for you?
As far as going to college, it was a bit rough, I mean, in high school, a lot of coaches would come, a lot of big time scouts would come and stuff like that, and they were interested, but they never really showed too much interest. So when Massachusetts came around, they showed interest. The scout was actually from my hometown. He went to UMass, and he knew about the struggle and stuff like that. So that's part of the reason I chose to go to Massachusetts.
Being a rookie, fighting for a spot in a crowded wide receiver core, how do you think you've grown since day one of camp?
I think I've grown a lot. I think the more I got in my playbook, the more I read more of the plays and got out there and actually physically ran the routes and stuff like that. It started to become second nature, and I'm starting to get more and more comfortable in the offense. So I think my maturity in the offense alone and running the routes have gotten a lot better since day one.
Which quarterback in camp have you developed some chemistry with?
I think me and Sorgi have a little bit of a connection. We're always on the same page most of the time, stuff like that. And yeah, me and Sorgi always kind of give each other little high fives and stuff like that when we get back in the huddle. So yeah, me and Sorgi have had a great connection throughout camp so far.
So what else do you do in the off season to make sure that for day one of camp you're ready to just distinguish yourself?
I'm always working out. I always go to we have a park in Patterson called Eastside Park, and I'm just create 3 big hills right there. So I wake up early and go run those hills about 3-4 days a week, and then in the afternoon I used to go to Patterson Catholic High School and kind of throw around with those guys and run some routes and stay fit. But now that they've closed down, I actually went over to this summer I was over at Hackensack, kind of made cool with those guys. The coach knew who I was, so he let me run around with his guys a little bit. So that was cool. That wasn't too bad.
And nutrition-wise, what do you do? What do you eat in the off season? And do you have any pre-game meal plans that are special for you?
No pre-game meal plan, but I try to eat, a lot of grilled chicken, salads. I try not to eat nothing too greasy, nothing that's gonna, take away from my performance. So I just try to eat everything healthy, salads, stay with some starches and stuff like that. So yeah, I try to keep a healthy dietary plan.
And I guess lastly, what's it like for you to play for sort of your local team right here?
It feels good, I mean, unfortunately, I grew up a Cowboys fan, but to be here and actually being into the facility and into the program and into the organization, it's really a great organization here, and there's a lot of family. Everybody's close knit, and to be 15 minutes away from home is just an added bonus. So I've grown to like and actually love the Giants right now.
Have there been a veteran that's taken you on your wing so far in camp, or their wing?
He's not really a vet just yet, but me and Hakeem Nicks really have a nice rapport. We kind of get along real well. His locker's right next to mine, and Steve Smith also, his locker's right next to Hakeem. So we always talk and we're always joking around. I even ask him for advice and just things about the playbook that I'm unsure of. So we get along real well.